every now and again, when you're not complaining about something that isn't happening, you may accidentally find yourself in the receiving mode of what has been gestating in this vortex. And you then get an idea. Oh, an idea, a feeling of desire. You know how that feels, don't you? Whew, before you kill it with your doubt, or before you remember that you've wanted it before. In other words, whoosh, there it is. Ooh, receiving mode. So the key to deliberate creation is to get into the receiving mode, accidentally or on purpose, but to know when you're there, to recognize what it feels like to be in pure vibrational concert with that source energy, with your own creation. That's what step 4 is. The mastery of acknowledging what the receiving mode is and being able to get there when you want to and stay there because you like it. And then there's step 5. Step 5 is our favorite step. That's where you go back to step 1 and you're not mad at yourself. Step 5 is where you acknowledge that this is the process of life and that you're going to be sifting and sorting, and you're going to know what you don't want often before you know what you do want. But knowing what you do want is so important that you are loving and embracing the concept of contrast. You love this variety in which you live and all of the components. So many magnificent people here to co-create with you. All of you wanting different things, some same things, but you are each unique in what you want. And none of you would be a fraction of who you now are if it weren't for the others who are varied from that which you are. Most humans are running around looking for people to agree with them, to sort of support them in their desires. And if you knew what we knew, if you could see what we see, if you could understand the support that your vortex of creation already has, you wouldn't be looking for other humans to back you up with their agreement. You would be looking for your own ability to come into alignment with your own vortex, because when you do that, another idea, another idea, another idea, another idea. And that is how you live happily ever after. So often you say, well, once I get that money, or once I find that relationship, or once I move into my new house, or. And we want to say to you, those are things along the way. Certainly they are. But none of the things that you now want are the end of your journey. They're just evidence of your successful alignment along the way. Oh, and what's coming next, and what's coming next, and what's coming next. Difficult to describe in a short period of time, because the components of your vortex are so magnificently calculated and gathered and added to and sourced by source that it will take you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to actually live all of them. You have the ability here and now to tap into the frequency of your vortex. It really is time for you to begin to be the deliberate creator of your own experience, to be the translator of those vibrations into the manifested things that you want. You live here on the leading edge. You did not come to go into a dark space and meditate your life away. You came to be the manifester of these things. And we are all here with you, because this is where the leading edge is. This is where the vibration becomes at its most mature. This is where the satisfaction factor of that which we all are comes to its realness, to its wholeness, to its fullness. That's why you came. You came to experience all of that, you see. Jerry wanted to write a book, and now he is helping us help Esther to do that. And this book is called Turning Thoughts to Things. And what it is about is this vibrational reality and how it is in the state of becoming. And that it becomes a vibration. And then, if you're in the receiving mode, it becomes your thought. And if you are a master of holding your vibration where you mean to do it, if you care about how you feel and you are using your guidance system successfully, so that you are mastering the holding of that vibrational frequency, then you get to witness the next thought and the next thought and the next rendezvous and the next coupling and the next and the next and the next, until in time, part of what you've been asking for will come to fruition. Someone said to us the other day, Abraham, I really want $100,000. I want to travel. I want to take a journey. And we said, so here's this $100,000 that you want to be in place so that you can give yourself permission to begin your journey. But what we want you to understand is that your journey began long before that manifestation of that $100,000. Your journey began with the pieces that you put into the vortex, and it continued as your vortex gestated, and law of attraction and the inner being within you added to it. And law of attraction brought cooperative components. It was already underway, and when you received that idea that you said, oh, I desire this, that was the journey too, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. But when you say, my journey doesn't begin until I get over here, till I meet my mate, or until I get my house, or until I get that job, or until, then you are negating, you are slowing it down. If you can allow yourself to feel the momentum of the journey before it is something that is tangible, then you will stop slowing your manifestations down. Now that was the most leading edge conversation that we've ever had with any group. We want you to understand that this manifestation that you think you need, if you're waiting for the manifestation before you're excited about what comes before it, that manifestation won't show up. You've got to be excited about being happy about the idea of prosperity. You've got to be happy about the idea of prosperity, or you can't be prosperous. You cannot be angry that you are not prosperous and ever be. You cannot be discouraged on a consistent basis. You can't be more about the bills and the debt. You can't be jealous of those who are prosperous, or angry at those, or mad at yourself for not being. You can't be mad at your parents that they didn't leave you an inheritance, because they left you an inheritance beyond anything that we can even find physical words to describe. It's time for you to cash in your vibrational currency. It's time for you to accept that your vortex is ripe and rich. It's time for you to become the vibrational being that you are. It's time for you to care about how you feel. It's time for you to understand that how you feel matters a lot. It's time for you to foster those good feelings. It's time for you to lean toward positive rather than negative. It's time for you to let the momentum of your experience be about praise, not criticism. Is it? Is the momentum of your experience about praise? Is it about positive expectation? Well, we want you to know something that you may not know, because you might have just had a run-in with someone and they might have convinced you that you are the scum of the earth right now. And you might not be feeling very good about yourself for whatever reason. But we want you to know something that we know about you. We know about your true momentum. We know the momentum of who you really are. We know the momentum of blessedness and worthiness that you came into this experience with, and still that is the dominant momentum that is you. We want you to try just a little bit to become a vibrational match to that momentum that is really who you are, and then watch what happens with just the slightest adjustment of your mental attitude. Your mood matters so much, because your mood is your indicator of what you are doing in relationship with this vibration of your vortex. Your mood is everything, and don't you know it? So let's talk about receptive mode for just a moment, because when we talk about receptive mode, what we mean is you being the vibrational frequency that your inner being, that your vortex, that all that you are is, being in the receptive mode of that pure positive energy. But you are all, let's just say it, you're all in the receptive mode of something, aren't you? If you're having a very bad day, you're in a receptive mode. And the ideas that come to you are going to suck. If you're in a bad mood, you're in the receptive mode. But people and ideas and things that you rendezvous with, in other words, when those thoughts that produce that negative feeling emotion turn to things, you don't like them when they get here. But when these receptive mode, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, high-flying, good feeling vibrations turn to things. Whew, it's so sweet along the way. Each rendezvous is fun. You find yourself more clever, more willing, more ready, more able, as are those who come into vibrational alignment with you. And as those thoughts are turning to things, oh, what a wonderful experience it is. And as the manifestations unravel, unfold, reveal themselves to you, and others take a look at them, they want to say, who are you? How is it that your life is like that? Esther has been noticing, because much of her life turns to those kinds of things, and some of her life turns to these kinds of things. And the most wonderful thing is happening. She is making the association between the mood that produced these things and the mood that produced these things. And finally, after all of these years, she is caring more than ever about her mood, because law of attraction is a very steady friend. Law of attraction will not help Esther, nice as she is, to be the one exception in all of the universe that she can be in a bad mood and take action from that bad mood and not then experience the further action of all of that. Because if you feel negative emotion and you don't do something about distracting yourself from it, changing the subject, taking a nap, meditating, going to bed and waking up on a different vibrational foot, if you don't tend to the vibrational emotion that is negative, don't worry, it will get bigger. It will get bigger, it will get bigger, it will get bigger, and you will get ornerier, and you will get ornerier, and you will get ornerier, until there is a manifestation that you just have to say, oh, I get how that has become. I remember all the fertilizer I put on that. I remember all the attention I gave to that. In fact, I wrote a lot of it down. Look here. Called a lot of people, talked to a lot of people about it. I got history with that. Verbal, mental, contemplative history. I put so much into this disaster I've created. We're exaggerating. No, we're not. We're not exaggerating. That's how it is. So, we're eager to talk with you about anything that you care about. There is nothing that is off limits. It will be a perfect unfolding. We are really happy about what's coming because we can feel it. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can express fully. One of the things that we enjoy most about a gathering like this is that we, or you, are not limited to the communication that is taking place through words. There is a vibrational thing that is happening. The words are helpful because they cause us to focus similarly. And as we focus similarly, then the broader experience of the vibrational knowing and clarity can then take place. A gathering like this, from our point of view, is of advantage to you because through your willingness and patience to participate in dialogue like this, you have focused in the vibrational vicinity of your source longer than you usually do. And because of that longer focus, even though we're all sort of in and out of it depending on what's happening in the questions and answers, for the most part, it is a time of sustained vibrational frequency that is in keeping with who you really are. And that's why, almost without exception, everything that we said here today, even the things that have never been said before, were received by you. That's why you got it. Now, as you move from this room and try to explain to anybody what this was about, that clarity will probably subside just a little bit, because this is a peak experience. But the value of it is you practiced a vibration that took you to a new place, which gives you two really wonderful advantages. The first is that now you've found this new frequency and you've sustained it for a little bit of time, enough time. When you slip from it, you will recognize it. So your keen awareness of your own guidance system has been enhanced as a result of a participation like this here today. And the other thing that is wonderful is that your point of attraction has shifted as a result of the mental focus that you have participated in today. You are not leaving this room with the same sustained frequency that you entered it, which means everything in your experience is going to be different. Every relationship that you have will shift to some degree. The thing that matters most, and it's our favorite thing to say to you, is your realization of that. In other words, if you can accept a shift as you have received it here today, acknowledge it is really what we're saying, and then compound the acknowledgement by affirming the evidence of it to yourself, not to others, when it occurs.